notice that this side is rough and this side is smooth. So this part that is rough is the side that has the adhesive. So same with this one. If you notice, this part is shiny. So this shiny part is the part that has adhesive, and this side is just there, it's not shiny. So this is the part that doesn't have adhesive. So this is how you'll be able to know the parts that you're going to place on your material. So guys, let me go ahead and show you how you're going to add your Princess That Bustier. Okay guys, when you want to pad for a very busty person, you measure out 18 inches width and 8 inches length. The width you should measure out for a very busty person should be 18 inches. But for someone who is not too busty, you measure out 16 inches. Yes, 16 inches width and then 8 inches length. Okay guys, I will be marking out 18 inches because the bust measurement I am padding is for size 45. So I'm going to be marking out 18 inches width and then 8 inches length. Okay guys, in case you want to pad with your interfacing, the thing you're simply going to do is just to cut out 5 pieces of the same measurement that I cut out on the warden. You make it 5 pieces. The reason it's going to be 5 pieces is because this one is lighter than the warden. So it's not as thick as the warden, it's very light. So that's the reason you have to cut out 5 pieces. So you're going to be using the 5 pieces to pad your bustier. So that's just the difference. With the warden you're cutting out 1 piece, but with interfacing you're going to cut out 5 pieces. Okay guys, I also went ahead to cut out 1 piece for my lining because I'm also going to pad my lining, but I'm not using the warden to pad the lining. I just had to cut out from the paper gum this other one, not the other lighter one. This one is a bit thicker than the interfacing, but it still has adhesive. So this is one I'll be using for my lining, then I'll be using the warden for the main fabric itself. So guys, that is it. So now I will go ahead and show you guys how to pad your bustier. First off, you're going to fold the material like this. You're folding it into two like this, then you're folding it this way again. Then after folding, you just trim it out. You trim it. There's a shape you're going to give it. It's not supposed to be very pointed on the edges. You're just going to trim it out a bit so that it will have a shape, this curvy shape. There's this curvy shape it's supposed to have. So guys, the way you're going to do it, you just have to measure out. If you cannot do it with your free hand, you can just measure out 1 inch from that edge. When you measure out 1 inch, then you just use your scissors and trim it out. Okay guys, look at the shape it has now. This is what it looks like after you must have finished trimming it out. It's not very sharp, it just has a... Okay guys, this is the way you're going to place the fabric, the pieces that you've cut out. And guys, don't forget to notch the underbust of the center piece. That way it will help you to know where you're going to place your padded. So don't forget to notch the underbust. Yes, don't forget to notch the underbust. Then this is how close you're going to place the side piece, very close to the center piece, and make sure that the notched parts are facing each other. Then you place the part that has adhesive just directly on this bust part and in the middle of the center piece this way. This is just the way you're going to place it. Make sure it's equal. At least use your sense of a fashion designer now to know how you're going to place it so that it will be equal. One side should not be longer than the other side. You have to use your mind to calculate it to make sure that everything is placed equally. So guys, that is it. So after that, the next thing you're going to do is to press it down with your iron. If you feel that it's not holding very firm on the material, you can easily put in your hemming gum to help stick it very well to the fabric. But I don't need the hemming gum because my iron is very, very strong. Yes, it does the work very well, so I don't really need to put hemming gum in there to hold it down. So guys, at how it looks. This is the front part. Then the next thing we're going to do now is to cut it out. You cut it out carefully so that you won't end up cutting your fabric. Yeah. Okay, I've also gone ahead to do the same thing on the lining, so I'll just cut it out. So guys, after everything, look at how everything looks. Now I'll be going ahead to gum my lace on the doll face. After gumming it, then I'm going to show you guys how to join the princess that bustier. Okay guys, this is how you're going to join your princess bustier. This way, you make sure that this point, this notched part, is facing this place, this under bust. Make sure that it's equal. Make sure it's equal. So you go ahead and join. So when you get to that point, you lift your foot of your machine, turn this thing this way. You have to be careful. You don't have to be in a hurry. Just carefully so that it will rhyme very well. Then you bring down the foot and continue. Keep turning it so that it will be entering well. Keep turning it. You should be careful so it will not fall. So this is it for one side. Then see how it looks. It's not even pressed it yet and the shape is already coming out. So we'll shape the other side too. Don't forget to make sure the two notch parts are rhyming. Then you go ahead and sew. Padding like this, padded clothes, so you can actually make it yourself. Just gather lots of pieces and then use your interfacing, the one that has adhesive, and use to cover it up. So it's just pieces that is inside here. That's all. So we'll go ahead and open it very well and iron. next thing you're now going to do is to turn it on the front part of it, then put this ball under the breast part. If you're sure your iron is not going to burn the fabric, then you can carry the pieces and place on top of it to prevent it from burning the material. I trust my iron, I know it's not going to burn. So you use it to give the breast part a nice shape of breast. You guys are seeing the way I'm doing it. Just this way. You press it very well. Pin it up very well and press it. Take it to the center also. Keep it this way. And press it very well. So after pressing it, see how beautiful it looks? This is how it's going to stand. And when the person wears the clothes, like the breast is just going to fall in perfectly inside the padded. Okay guys, this is it. When you attach your lining to it, then you see how beautiful it's going to come out. When you must have cut the neck and attach your lining, it will just come out very beautiful. So guys, if you find this video helpful, please just give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you all in my next video. Ciao.